Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about basic operations that can be performed on linear data structures. We have already studied about arrays, so here we will discuss these operations with respect to array data structure. The operations which we are going to cover are traversal, search, insertion, deletion, sorting, and merging. Searching is of two types, linear and binary search. Today, we will cover only linear search. Similarly, sorting means arranging array elements either in non-decreasing or non-increasing order. This will also be covered separately, and merging will be covered in the discussion of merge sort. Traversal, it means visiting or processing each and every element of an array. So, let's say we have to print all the elements present in the array. That is, we have to traverse the array. For this, we have written an algorithm array traverse which is accepting two arguments, an array A and its size as a variable n. As a result of the execution of this function, all the array elements get printed on the screen. It's a simple code. We have to iterate from first to last index. Here we have started from index position 0. So the last index position comes out to be n minus 1. And in each iteration, we are simply printing the element present at index position I. The corresponding implementation in C++ language is also shown here. Talking about complexity, then it comes out to be theta of n, as the for loop will execute for all the elements of an array. We will take one more example for this traversing operation of finding a minimum array element. The algorithm designed for the same is array min element, which is accepting an array A and its size as a variable n. The output will be the minimum element present in the array A. We have simply assumed that element at index position 0 is minimum and thus initialized min to 0 at line 1. Then we iterate for remaining array indices from 1 to n minus 1 using loop at line number 2. Each time, if element at index min is greater than element at index I, then min has to be updated to I. Finally, the element at the obtained index min is returned, that is, A of min will be returned. One can see the corresponding C++ language implementation here. The complexity, again, it comes out to be theta of n here. Next operation to be discussed is search. We are provided with a value and in the output the corresponding index is returned if the element is found in the array. Else the search is unsuccessful and it has to be reported. Linear search is to be done whenever the array contents are not sorted. In case of sorted arrays, binary search is used due to efficiency. Binary search will be covered separately. Here we are only going to discuss about linear search. Let's say in the given array of 10 elements, which you can see is unsorted, we have to search for an element 7. In linear search, we will start from one end of the array, say 0 here, and we keep checking for the existence of 7 in the array. It is assumed that all the array elements are unique, so the moment element is found, we have to stop. Here, the element 7 is found at index 6. So 6 will be returned, that is, the search is successful. Or we can also return A of 6. In that case, 7 will be returned. But when we are talking about arrays, we have to work with the indices. So we will return 6. That is the index at which the element is found. Similarly, if we have to search for 11 in this array, then as we can see, 11 is not present here. So we start from 0 and keep on checking for all the elements till we reach the last element. Since the element is not found, so an unsuccessful search has to be reported. Now, let's try to implement a linear search via an algorithm linear search, which is accepting an array A, its size as a variable n, and the element to be searched in the variable num. In case of a successful search, the corresponding index is returned, otherwise the algorithm will return -1. The code is implementing the same logic which we have just discussed. We have to iterate over all the available indices from 0 to n-1. Each time we will check if the element at index I is equals to the element to be searched, that is num. If it is equal, then return the index I, else loop at line number 1 terminates when I reaches n, which signifies an unsuccessful search. Therefore, we have to return -1 at line number 4. C++ language implementation for the same is also shown here. Looking at the complexity, then it depends on the position of the element we are searching for. If element being searched is present at the first index, then the function terminates in the first iteration only, and hence the complexity comes out to be constant. However, in case of average or worst scenario, complexity is of the order of n. Next is the insertion operation and the deletion operation. In insertion, we assume that user will provide the element to be inserted in an array along with the index position at which it is to be inserted. So basically, we have to create a space for this new element and then perform the actual insertion. And deletion means we have to first search for the element in the array. If found, that is, the search is successful, then delete the element by overwriting the elements of the array. Let's say we have an array of 5 elements: 8, 6, 3, 4, and 5. Now we have to insert a new element with value 2 at index 1. For this insertion, we have to shift all the elements from index position 1 to index position 4 towards right by 1 position. During this shift, we have to start with the last index, that is 4, because if we start shifting from index 1, then we will lose array contents. That is, if we first shift 6 by 1 position towards right, then we will lose 3 and so on. So we have to start with index 4 here. Thus, first element 5 is shifted, followed by the shifting of other elements, that is 4, then 3 and then 6. We have to stop at index 1 because new element 2 has to be inserted here. After shifting, we will finally insert 2. So this is how insertion has to be done in array. Now we will see to the process of deletion. As I said earlier, we can give a value to be deleted in an array. So here we are providing the index corresponding to element 6, which is present at index position 2. So we can assume that we have used a search procedure to get an index of element 6 and that procedure has returned the index position 2. So in deletion, the procedure adopted is that the reverse of insertion. Now we will overwrite by shifting elements one position towards left. Here we will start with the index position which is to be deleted. That is, we will start with index position 2. In place of 6, we will put 3. Then in place of 3, value 4 will come. And finally, 5 will be used to overwrite 4. Looking simply then, for insertion, we are copying from index I to index I plus 1. And for deletion, we are copying from I plus 1 to I. With this understanding, we will now look at the two algorithms. The algorithm insert element is used to insert an element in variable num at index I and dx in the array A having n elements. Assuming user has given a valid index position, so the output of this algorithm will be successful insertion of num at index I and dx. During insertion, we have to shift towards right by one position starting from last index till the I and dx. The same has been done using line number 1 and line number 2. After the end of the loop, the value in num will be inserted at index position I and dx at line number 3. And this successful insertion will increase the number of elements in array. Hence, n has to be increased by 1. Talking about complexity, then the algorithm will take constant time if new element has to be inserted at the end. On the other hand, worst case will happen when the insertion will take place at index 0 and the complexity comes out to be of the order of n, that is the number of elements in the array. Finally, the last algorithm for today's session is for deletion. Algorithm named delete element will delete the element at index I and dx from the array A having n elements. In the output, the algorithm will return the deleted element after successfully deleting it from the array. As the element has to be returned, so we have to first store it in a variable before proceeding with the overwriting step. The same is done at line 1 of the algorithm. After this, elements are shifted towards left by one position starting from index position I and dx using line number 2 and line number 3. Finally, after reducing the size of an array by 1 at line 4, the value stored in temp is returned at line number 5. Again, the best case will happen when we try to delete the last element and it comes out to be a constant. On the other hand, when we try to delete the first element stored at index position 0, then all the elements have to be shifted towards left, and thus this will be the worst case and it is of the order of n. So that's all about the basic operations on arrays. Next, we have to look at the spatial matrices as well as the sparse matrices. So we will look at them in the next session. Thank you.